So today we are going to make one of those vintage type poster signs. We are going to be using plywood, apple cider vinegar, and very coarse steel wool. Now, gloves are optional if you don't want your hands to smell like apple cider vinegar, which I don't. So the first step is to soak your steel wool in a container full of the apple cider vinegar. They recommend overnight, but I did it for about a half hour. Take your steel wool, it's soaked in apple cider vinegar, and you are going to just scrub your plywood. Just going to do one more coat, do the other piece for good measure. Now, after you've coated it with your apple cider vinegar, you gotta wait about an hour for it to dry, and that's when you can get your lovely paint in whatever color you want, and you can make a stencil too with whatever quote you want to put on there, or you can just freehand it. So, in 1 hour, we will see what this looks like and be back. So an hour later, this is what your board will look like. And if it's not dark enough, you can always add more apple cider vinegar to it. So if you're going to use stencils, I got pre-cut ones. You want to start designing and laying out how you want your quote to be. So my quote is kind of a long one, so we're going to lay it out and then using the big letters, and we're also going to use some smaller ones. So once you have an idea of where you want it to lay, if you have stencils, you just want to start tracing your quote, so that way you can kind of see a faint line, and then when you paint, you'll be able to see where you want to paint. So I didn't finish my L, but that's where it would be. Alright, so now you'll take your acrylic paint, in whatever color you chose, and you'll open it up. Let's tap on the bubble. Pick a paintbrush, whichever kind you want to use, and you just start painting your letters very carefully into your pattern. And when you're done, you'll be able to see your desired results. So when you're done painting, you'll end up with your vintage sign. You can puffy paint or do other paint pen around the edges to make it more defined if you're not happy with how sloppy some of the spaces are. But that is how you make a vintage sign.